Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Today we're talking about this Blizzard Phoenix R14 Pro. Really pretty cool ski. This is kind of the pinnacle, the top of the line women's carving ski from Blizzard. They have their Firebird collection, which is home to more true race skis, but outside of that, we've got Phoenix and we've got Thunderbird on the men's side. And this is the top of the line for the women for Phoenix, and it's quite an impressive ski. It's been around for a while now. We've had several different people test it over the years, and for the most part, what we've found is if you have a frontside carving background, if you have a race background, especially if you're used to being on narrower, stiffer skis, you can get on it and have a really, really good time. Every once in a while, we'll put somebody on it who is a really good skier, but doesn't have that specific background. And you start to see some feedback that's more along the lines of, well, this is pretty demanding. You have to ski it pretty hard. You really have to be on it. So it's interesting because we do see some variation in that feedback, and to me it's 100% dependent on your background and kind of your technique and style and skill set, because those women that we've had on it with really good technique, it's regardless of whether they ski really fast or anything like that, it's much more technique based. Those with really good frontside carving technique get on this thing and just absolutely make it sing. So yeah, really cool ski. Blizzard uses their True Blend pieced wood core, so we've been talking about True Blend for years now. They basically use different density woods in different section of the ski, or different sections of the core, I should say, and they're very, very thin, so it gives them very precise control over the flex pattern and thus the performance of the ski. And then we get 2 sheets of metal in this ski. It's the real deal construction. 2 sheets of metal, vertical sidewall construction, like true sandwich construction. You can see the metal when you're looking at the ski from the side here, and it's pretty thick. It's not like it's just super, super thin sheets of metal. This thing really has some metal in it, and you see that reflected in the flex pattern. I shouldn't necessarily say the metal itself is not really what's making it stiff, but it's not making it softer. Really the density and the thickness of the wood core is giving us a pretty darn stiff flex pattern. And if you were to take that flex pattern and put it in like basically a giant slalom shape, it would be a true giant slalom ski. Really the reason that this is a little bit more skiable is its shape. So 69 underfoot here in the Phoenix R14 Pro. 14 meter turn radius. So that's pretty important. This is the 165 centimeter length that we have here. And the fact that it is a shorter turn radius just makes the ski feel a little bit more responsive, a little bit easier to ski while still achieving like kind of the pinnacle of performance. You're not going to find a frontside carving ski that drastically outperforms it or even outperforms it at all. You'll find frontside carving skis with longer turn radii, those that like to go straighter and maybe a little bit faster. But when it comes down to torsional stiffness and precision and responsiveness, this is truly like as good as it gets. And you really, really see it firsthand when you see talented women ski it. Again, if it was like a 17 meter turn radius in this thing, it would require so much more effort to bend the front of the ski to get it to come into a shorter radius turn. But it's peppy and it's responsive, and you make like beautiful round turns, which is great because it allows for some speed control. When you're making those big radius carves, your speed tends to kind of get away from you a little bit, and then you'll have to stivet a turn or skid out a turn at the bottom. When you have a 14 meter turn radius, it just gives you a lot more control without feeling like you're kind of being punished by like a slalom ski radius. It's not like it's 11 or 12 or super, super short. So lets you relax a little bit while still giving you just incredible responsiveness. Yeah, we've had a lot of women on it over the years. I was actually going back as far as 2 seasons ago and kind of looking through some footage, and there's some feedback. And like I said, yeah, like we had Emily on it, who is an incredible skier with more of a free ride background. And she was, you could tell, kind of like a little bit shocked by it, or in her feedback, she was like, yeah, you really got to ski this thing hard. And then a couple of our other testers, like Annie McDonald or Lauren Schaefer, you know, they're arguably not as aggressive as Emily is. Emily's a lot younger, but they have just like super, super strong kind of formal race backgrounds, and they found it peppy and energetic and playful. So it's really more of a stylistic thing. But I will say that it's probably not great for an intermediate. You know, if you're still working on your technique, if you're still building up the technique to make really nice carving turns, something like this could feel a little bit more punishing, and there are easier skis from Blizzard when it comes to carving skis. So just something to keep in mind. Probably not for an intermediate. Absolutely fantastic for an advanced or expert lady who's looking for just precise and fun frontside performance. So that's it. That is the Phoenix R14 Pro from Blizzard. Let us know if you have any questions, and we will see you out there on the slopes.